Welcome, survivors, burnout community, and those just interested. It's Kelly Bubolz, trainer, author, speaker, and your burnout prevention mentor. Burnout is not taboo. It's our reality in this chaotic, fast-paced world. But we're not going to let it drive the narrative to our stories. We're going to do something about it. So let's dig in. Today's story that is so relatable to many of us just feeling a little lost in our careers lately came after a program. And it was a young professional, and he is working long hours. He gets to take all the vacations. He can buy all the things. From a societal standard, he's pretty successful. His parents are proud of him. He can do more things than his friends can do. He's paid off his student loans. He's telling me all these accolades. And then he said, "I'm not happy." And I said, "Why?" Right? Trying to help him work through his thoughts because I don't know all the story. We only had a few minutes to talk. And he said, at the end of the day, I feel like I have sold my joy to work so I can buy more joy. And this conversation was about a year ago, and I still remember this because he looked me straight in the eye and said, "I feel like I sold my joy to work to buy more joy." And I have been thinking about this because I certainly got the big bonuses. I was getting the big salary, and down and down and down I went into that burnout, the darkness of burnout. And everyone was seeing me as a successful person. We had all the things. We had the big farm, homestead. I had 3 beautiful children. But inside, I was dying. My digestive system was shutting down hormonally. My hormones were out of whack. I had insomnia. I had skin sores. My hair is falling out. Because of those combinations, I got down to 103 pounds because I couldn't digest food anymore. And then eventually started having heart palpitations. And by the time I got hooked up to the right care after many, many years of prescriptions, he said, "Your next step your body will take is a heart attack." And I'm thinking, I don't understand. I have all the things, right? And we have everything that we need. How did this happen? And so as I went into my burnout recovery, I'm trying to figure this out. And then this young professional, someone who's just starting out their career, but very successful already, says that we sell our joy for work to buy more joy. And I've been thinking about this, and I'm trying to put a word with it. And the other day it clicked. And I would call it career identity drift. And you kind of have, over the years, moved away from things that energized you or career spots that were really thriving because of external validation, because someone told you to do more or do this or buy that, that in society standards, you have to have all the things to be seen as successful. And as I continue to dig into this, because societal norms will push you away from it, I found that aligning your energy to things instead of your resume, instead of your title, instead of your credentials, was so much more in alignment to joy than I ever thought. And I will tell you, there's a small portion of people that I've met that agree with that, and a large portion that will fight me on it. And I think when you get to a point where you actually practice that, that's when you know. You feel it. You wake up and you're excited for the day. You don't have a ton of money to go on vacations, and it doesn't matter. You don't have all the things. You don't want to do all the house projects, and it's okay. You're okay with that. And when you get to that point, you feel lighter. You feel like you're not going through the day with like this endless to-do list, the next thing on the list, the next thing to do, all that pressure. It just feels so much lighter. And a great question to ask to get there is, what tasks light you up? Right? You, regardless of how many hours or effort, you are just in the zone. You feel great at the end of the night. You are energized. You can't stop talking about it. That's the energy I'm talking about. And then what drains you? Because there are many people that make good amount of money and they are so unhappy because every day they do something that's draining in order to buy things that bring their joy, just like that young professional said. So in order to do this like energy audit where your energy is surrounded by things that energize you. Imagine that, and not your resume and credentials. You have to detach joy from income. Certainly you need a certain aspect of income to live, to pay your bills, to put food on the table. But when you remove all those materials, all those societal norm pressures, you will find out you don't need an excessive amount of income. And if you want to do the vacation, guess what? You're going to be saving up for that one thing that you want to do instead of the 15 things that someone told you should do. So one way that I kind of got into this is I started learning new things. See, on top of the burnout, I actually had some identity loss. Who am I without work? Who am I without being a parent? And so I had to do many experiences about what do I even like now? Because what I liked in my early 20s does not fit in my late 30s anymore. It's just a complete energy misalignment. So I had to do many experimenting. Do I want to do things more outdoors? Do I want to craft? Do I want to do sitting things? Am I creative? What do I even want? If someone would give me endless time, what would I want to do? And I couldn't even answer that. So I had to do some mini experiments about trying small little hobbies, small little projects to see where is my energy aligned. And that comes from curiosity. Some things I was like, ooh, I do not want to do this anymore. And then some things I'm like, oh, wow, I feel great. I feel great after doing this thing, hanging out with these people, being out in this certain environment. And that curiosity led me to this energy path, reclaiming my energy. And it wasn't the title. There's no credentials with this. There wasn't any added income. So I didn't have time after this program to have a full conversation with this young professional. But if he came up to me again and said that we sell our joy for work to buy more joy, I would tell him, audit your energy, not your resume. Detach your joy from income, which may mean a self-growth journey, detaching yourself away from some societal norms and pressures. And then do some mini experiments. Where does your energy actually thrive? If you would start over from scratch, what's the environments, the people, the things, the hobbies that actually energize you? And I want you to not choose 5, 10. I want you to choose 1 or 2 and totally deep dive into that energy zone. And the interesting thing about this comment of we sell joy for work to buy more joy is that it's a career identity drift, which means you can get back on track and it can be more aligned in the path that you want to go, back to reclaiming that energy.
I know you're not lazy. Most people in burnout are high performers, those serving others before themselves. Don't discount this step today, the action in which you focus on your self-growth. Piecing together the puzzle is half the journey. Rediscovering yourself, energy, and establishing new habits is the other. Do not underestimate the untapped inner strength inside you. Explore more resources on my website to move from zombie mode back to liveliness. See you soon.